NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the 49ers and the Chargers, and it's coming up next.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand, and Charles, our ball game here. Brandon Gaudin alongside. Northern California visits Southern California. The Niners and Chargers, off we go from L.A. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches, so as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now the try here for the point after. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense. And looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick six for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick six, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
7 yards, the pickup there. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And the Niners get there and bring him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that? That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Herbert on 1st down now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Brings up 2nd down at the 21-yard line. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
But they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agreed totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, We're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What the columnist write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Here's Lance to throw it. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, 49ers. Henry Ruggs, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
To throw again on second down. Herbert. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff, it's Eckler. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Herbert now. Finds the open target, Arnold. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they can very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Meanwhile, Lance's throw there complete to Ruggs. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now here's the call.
Come on, fellas.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From midfield, here's Lance. Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now it's 2nd and 9. Running back. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing now is Lance. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, 49ers.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Chargers 7.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Lance now on 1st down. Right back to Pitts again. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 2nd down now, it's Mitchell. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. To throw, it's Lance. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Chris Rumph able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. Now Now Younghoe Koo, who of course used to kick for the Chargers, on for the field goal. This from 36 yards out. And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
This taken in at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Justin Herbert and the rest of the Charger offense set to take over once more. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
29 is the mic. Mike 29. Watch the screen.
Here's Herbert. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to profess that he was happy to get points. And we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment. If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Lance now on first down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Sebastian Joseph Day forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And, oh, boy, something you certainly don't want to see. Deebo Samuel still down. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The Niners on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. Shotgun now for Lance. Pulled in here by Duke Williams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
He's brought down at the 39.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Sebastian Joseph Day able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's
yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Right there, 54, right there.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he coughed it up. And this is going to be 49er football. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, You go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
They'll run on first down. It's Mitchell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
The 17-yard line.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now whistles here. I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Lance. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there for L.A. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field, but if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And his kick here is good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Get ready.
Trey Lance and the 49ers set to go back on offense here. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On play action, Lance. And that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Lance. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And out of bounds right around the 20. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Again, it's Lance. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Henry Ruggs with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
29 is Mike 29.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. He finds his man. Complete. It's Arnold. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Again, Herbert. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start by heading out west to Glendale, Arizona. And it's the Bears who have the lead. Justin Fields has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head to Hard Rock Stadium to check on the Dolphins at home in Miami. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Colin Kaepernick has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Kyler Murray leading the way as his guys pick up win number 14 on the year. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James. Right back to Mitchell on second down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Here's Lance to throw it. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And Lance now to throw. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Throwing is Lance on third down. Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
First down, 49ers.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Second down, ball on the 3, first down marker at the 1-yard line. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
On third down, Mitchell. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. And they'll go for it. Lance. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Kyle Pitts with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Koo now for the point out. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. And he returns this to the 22. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Once more, here's Eckler. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
He was brought down by Jimmy Ward. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And his maximum speed there, according to the Next Gen stats, 21.9 miles per hour. Herbert on first down now. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 27.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Jet sweep. Here comes Marshall. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there, all 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch out.
On 2nd down, Eckler. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd.
Play action. It's Herbert. Going deep here for Allen. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big gain that time for the Chargers. Here's Herbert. He's got it. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Williams. A gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and goal. At the 1-yard line.
Eckler. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Out of the gun, Herbert. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Javon Kinlaw gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. And his kick is good. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Trey Lance of the 49ers set to go back on offense here. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, What do you look at stat line-wise for your quarterback? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing now is Lance. Right back to Pitts again. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And it's a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Javon Kinlaw picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Herbert finds the open target, Arnold. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The Chargers on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. 4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
From down near his goal line here, Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Arnold. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 4-yard line.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. Shoves him away. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. This is and now a fumble. The ball's out and picked up by the Chargers. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here is Eckler. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Now it's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Arnold. And able to get this down inside the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. They snap it to Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. First down, San Francisco.
On first down, it's Mitchell. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 70 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries.
First down, 49ers.
They'll run on first down. It's Mitchell. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
To throw, it's Lance. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Williams. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. The Lance going to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger offense making their way back out there. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Oh, he stays up. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And this one is incomplete.
I'm going to hit you all night.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. On first down, Mitchell. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now Lance. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And this one is right through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. This pass finds its way to Williams. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Arnold. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Herbert back to the air. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Palardy now on to punt as he sends this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the 49ers settling in for their next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. They'll run on 1st down. It's Mitchell, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell, not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still 3rd down.
Delay of game penalty ships him back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10. Now a give right side. It's Mitchell, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Niners, they get that important 10th win to finish the regular season at 10-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, it will indeed be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 7-10. And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved.